What's up, Planeswalkers? Thyrix back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena, and today we're gonna finish the competitive constructed games. As you can probably tell, based on my quests and the fact that there are a ton of them, I haven't had a ton of free time to randomly play besides making the videos, which is awful. This is why I hate transition periods right here, because there's too much chaos. I don't have a set schedule. I love set schedules because it gives me time to do things. Also, look at this black-red, blue-red, blue-black. They want us to play Bolas. They want us to do well. If I end up just losing, then I'll just play like normal game, at least a normal game as well. The video is going to be at least 25 minutes, but I've been meaning to do this as like a bonus video, finish it up as a bonus video, but it's like, I have no time. So there's one topic I want to talk about today. Excuse me. Going up against Time Stream Clan. And then another one that, like, I kind of do, but I kind of don't because of the nature of the topic. But let's get into the game first. Let's get into the swing of things. If it ain't got that swing, do-up. Oh, man. Alright, opponent took a mulligan. We're also going to take a mulligan. I mean, this does have 3 lands and a Supreme Will. So it will very likely end up keeping this. Do I want another Field of Ruin? I mean, the thing is, the Field of Ruin is kind of just a land, so I think I will keep it. I think I just have to hope that this isn't like a super aggressive deck or anything. Mono black is bad. I'm coming into okay. I thought I would see a discard spell. Luckily, we did not. Okay, it's white black. Interesting. We got another Supreme Will, which is very good for us because it means that we can kind of fire off one of these a little bit more freely. Is this Vamps? Is it just a slow Vamps? No, it is not. It is something weird entirely. So, if my opponent casts something I need to counterspell, I'll Supreme Will it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna use this. Comball against a control deck is not something I want to see, because it'll just whittle me down over time. So I guess it's like a white-black aggressive mid-range deck. That's my guess. You're gonna discard me? No. Attack. Make a dude. Sure. Oh, decides not to. Okay. Okay, so this is good, because now I don't have to use my counterspell. I can use Supreme Will for it. I don't have to use my counterspell. I can use Supreme Will. I don't have to use my Supreme Will. I can use Glimmer. Anointed Procession. So to get 2 1/1s. The thing is, if I let this resolve, I don't really have a way to remove it. So I think I will counter it. Yeah. So the topic that I want to talk about today is the deck build UI. Well, that is unfortunate. I am actually just going to do this main phase because I can't do anything on their turn anyway. This is not a land. That is a land. I wanted maximum lands. Okay. An argument could have been made to keep a Braid because it like kills this, but I just wanted to dig deeper. I don't think that the 1-for-1 was necessary. Okay, sure, another Anointed. That's fine. I'll be on 6 next turn. So if I can curve out into Bolas, then theoretically I'm okay. Their pressure is really low. Evolving Wilds. I think I'm gonna Evolving Wilds first. Get a Swamp. Because this guarantees I can play Bolas next turn. And if my opponent casts something I don't like, I can just counter it. Like this is a 6-turn clock, and I'm fine with that. Like I can play Bolas, probably +1 to get rid of their hand. So the course of action is probably counter whatever the heck they're playing. Bolas, get rid of the rest of their hand. They attack Bolas, then I just keep +2ing Bolas. Nope. Like, even though that's not a high priority thing, I just don't want them to have any more to the board, because it's going to be a little while until I'm able to answer the board. So let me just double check. 3, 6, 7. I will be able to play Bolas next turn. Go down to 15 here. Doesn't have any more energy, which is good. Sure. That's a card that I can play afterwards. But yeah, I'm just going to Bolas +1 here. Just to get rid of their cards.
Let me peer into your tiny mind.
I'm very happy I did that. Especially if this is a land, because they would have been able to anoint it into, yeah. So they would have gotten 2, 4, 8, I think. Sure, and then Bolas is going to go down to 5, he's going to go up to 7. But I'm going to be able to play a Scarab God. Yeah, so I think I'm in a pretty good spot. And I have a braid? Heck yeah. I will take something of yours, please.
Oh no, all your filth is gone.
Sure. I don't know why you would tap anything but these. Why? Let me keep the red up, you stupid game. In what world is what I just tapped not the optimal thing to tap? Yeah, so I think Bolas is gonna take me home country road here. Yeah, deck builder UI. I know that they're updating it. They're not updating it in the July update, I don't think. But they have said that they want to update it. So this is white, black, mid-range stuff. But I'm really interested in seeing exactly how they go about it. I think Golden Demise is great here. I think the rest might be too. Like, I think I want to throw these in. What do I want to get rid of? I'll be going second. Syncopate is a little bit worse going second, so I'll go ahead and drop those off. Dark Intimations, a token deck, is not great. Dark Intimations, I mean, is not great against token deck. Vraskas, I don't think I need this many. Maybe I drop Vraskas entirely. Braids might not be great. Maybe I don't want the full 3 to rest. I don't think I'll need Bantus. I think I want Bantus for larger things. An argument could be made to throw in Gifted Aetherborns. I think I'll drop a single Fatal Push. Call that done. Game 2. One thing I hope that they add, though, is deck sorting. It's not a problem for me, because I feel like I probably don't have as many decks as many other people probably do. The framiness from Arena is real. Arena's not having a good time. What if I set the priority to be a little higher? This is a fine keep. Animation module, interesting. Let's go with an island. I'll just go with an island. But I know some people have a ton of decks, and if they didn't jump around whenever you edited them, I'm fairly certain they would appreciate that. So yeah, they're off to the races already. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna hold up counter magic, because you can only do that. Pay 3. Yeah, so I don't think that matters. Eh. Okay, so now I think I just have to main phase the Doomfall and hope that they only have one option for what to play. I hate that OBS and Arena don't get along on my current setup. Oh look, cool, Vraskas. The problem, though, is that they can probably start casting anything, so hopefully it's a single creature that doesn't actually help the board. Oh, another stockpile. Sure, that is fine. Interesting, okay. I'm on 5 mana. I have the ability to play Bolas on 7. We're kind of just in a staring contest right now. I feel like I want to keep Sweltering Suns, but at the same time, yeah, if my opponent's not doing anything, I think it's correct to just cycle it. Apologies for the frames. It's not OBS. It's Arena being a chuggy monster. Got a counterspell. That is awesome. I feel like I essentially have no reason to, I'm gonna get an island. I feel like I have no reason to Doomfall here. I could have played an untapped land, Doomfalled, and still had Disallow up, but my opponent would have cast something. I'm fairly certain that that's just a land. I mean, I could eat my words here in a second, but I guess the first topic of modifying what decks you can, or putting decks in order, I thought I would be able to milk that for more, but I guess I was wrong. I am worried about just casting Bolas and him having a Vraska's Contempt, which would make me want to Doomfall first. Why didn't my opponent play anything? I feel like it would have had to been removal. And what I don't want is to go down, shields down, and then my opponent be able to play something. So I think I'm going to Doomfall. See what they're working with. If it is just indeed, yeah, okay. So there's Ixalan's Bonding as well, but they do have Vraskas. So if they have something that I want to counterspell, I'll disallow it. Otherwise, I'll Glimmer. Next turn, they're much less likely to have a Vraskas because of this. So then I will probably just do that. Yeah, I mean, I just don't want my opponent to have anything. Man, that sounds. I'm playing such a fun deck. I don't care. I really like playing this deck. Grixis Control is awesome. Get that Esper nonsense out of here. We're playing with Nicol Bolas's. We're not trying to win with Approach. We're trying to win with the God-Pharaoh. Speaking of winning with the God-Pharaoh, I'm gonna go ahead and cast this in +1. It's only a 1-for-1 for right now, but that's fine because it would have gotten rid of my Nicol Bolas. So my shields are down, so my opponent can cast something that is potentially threatening. That said, I have an uncontested Bolas currently. And I'm just gonna start taking stuff. Oh, and he whiffed. Yeah, this is probably game here. No need for the duress. Go ahead and +2. I can double Glimmer at my opponent's end step. Go and play Kumbal. Let's search for a counterspell. Why would you ever tap like that, mana base? I don't understand. Neither of those are counterspells. That is, though. Boop. Oh no, I'm using my energy. I have plenty. It's fine. Yeah. Fairly certain I have one at this point.
Let me peer into your tiny mind.
Let's see. I can Scarab God. Yeah, I'll just Scarab God. Why would I ever tap like that? He doesn't even have non-basics. Tap Field of Ruin. You stupid tapper. No. Oh, wait, I'd have to. Sure, it's fine. I shielded down. Sure, that's fine. Sure. You can sack his servo to scry, and then at the end of the turn he gets 2 things. The problem is, I can just minus 12 Bolas. Which I'm probably just gonna do. Right, because if I get the Angel at end step with Scarab God, then all my guys get another +1, so that's another +3. Angel will be 6, no, 7/7, I think. So yeah, my opponent should just be dead. I would like this. Wait, what color do I need? Oh, I needed black. Awkward. Yeah. Get time limit. Shut up. Go away. Fabricates. Put some counters on her. I get to ultimate Bolas. I don't think I've done that before. Goodbye.
As easily as I create, I destroy.
That was a satisfying victory. Very textbook. I don't think people should get rank for events. But maybe that's just a weird placeholder. 1,000 gold? Heck yeah. I did look it up. The vault contents aren't changing, so I will go ahead and open that at the end of the video. I mean, everyone knows what's in it, but I don't know. People might like it. Going up against the Oven. Strange name. Strange name indeed. I am fine with this hand. The fact that I'm going second is a little unfortunate. Okay, this is totally fine because this is going to be a drag out game. Why play Fetid Pools first? I don't see myself needing to cycle this in the early game. Like I'm gonna want to get up to a certain number of lands before I even want to cycle things. Interesting island choice. I respect it. I'm not playing anything next turn. So this is potentially dangerous. My opponent could, they could, what's the word I'm looking for? They could play a Black Source and then Oh, cast that, interesting. Doomfall me. My opponent might be just white-black. Or, white-blue. So they end up playing Champion of Wits. Yeah, so I mean I can't get rid of that like this, but that's fine. Oh no. I thought this was white-blue control. I know what this is. This is God-Pharaoh's gift. Ugh. Okay. So this is gonna be a little bit harder pre-board. Blue out there. And turn. Yeah, this is God-Pharaoh's gift. This is going to be a smidgen harder. Do you have the refurbish? You do not. Do I want to syncopate that? I think I do. Right, I don't want my opponent to dig for anything. I'll just syncopate for 2. Also, of note, this gets exiled, so. I really need a Glimmer of Genius here. Darn. I'm unlikely to end up using Fatal Push, so I'm totally fine playing the tap land here first. Opponent has 5 cards in hand. I have technically only 2. Okay. Jeez. They're really digging for it. I had 3 champs in the top. Realistically, I don't think I can use my counterspell for that. If I put my shields too far down, then my opponent just gets a God-Pharaoh's gift. And as of right now, it's only this, but that's only as of right now. So, let's see what they drop in there. I mean, they'll even get to the point where they just cast their things. Put another God-Pharaoh's gift, that's fine. Come on, man. This is the point where I'm going to cycle this. But I don't need it. I guess I could have done it instant speed, but I mean the problem here is they have a clock, right? They have a 4-turn clock, and they have the threat of playing God-Pharaoh's gift. So, luckily I have Lost Legacy in the sideboard to deal with exactly this. Crap! Does Lost Legacy put in the graveyard or exile? I really hope it exiles. Obviously, against approach, it's good because you just exile it. Or even if it's in the graveyard, they can't really do anything about it, but. All 4. They've had all 4. They just played a land, right? I'm fairly sure they just played a land. Getting my second Disallow means I'm going to counter that. Because it would go from a 3-turn clock to a 2-turn clock, and I just can't allow that. So some people might look at this board state and say, Golden Demise is a good card to bring in the sideboard. It's not. And the reason it's not is... is because this is an anomaly, right? They don't actually have that many creatures that care about... that are like 2 types. I mean, they have, like, this guy, right? But that doesn't mean you're going to be in so many situations like this. That is fine. So they're looking for a refurbish. I want them to find it. Because then I can Gearhulk Disallow. And I'll be able to actually block to make this an even slower clock. So, like, I actively want them to have refurbish here. Because it just lines up with what I need a lot better. Sure. Yeah. The problem is, if I flash this in now, and they're like playing me and they have the refurbish, then I just lose. So I think I have to take the 4. Damn. I mean, I could still just Gearhulk for a blocker, but... yeah, I guess I'm going to do that. Just not get anything with it. Let me press done. Oh, I have to choose one? Alright, well, I'll choose that. Alright, well, we got another Disallow. We have a blocker. The problem is my opponent can just cast things from his graveyard, right? Like, he doesn't have to refurbish anymore. This is why you want Lost Legacy, because you lost Legacy early, and just get rid of their God-Pharaoh's gift plan entirely, and then you can just act as if this is a normal white-blue, like, mid-range style deck. But definitely a difficult matchup. This version of combo, I feel like, is when it's creature based and the creatures are kind of fine by themselves. It's pretty difficult. Wait, did I get all? No, I only got 3 of my Disallows. Yeah. All right, go into attacks. I'll be able to block one. One will die. I'll go down. So my Gearhulk helps. Goes from a 2-turn clock to a 4-turn clock. So doubles the amount of time I have. And those Eternalizes are, they're triggered abilities, so I can absolutely Fatal Push them. But create a token that's a copy of it. So the token should also be 3 power, or 3 CMC. So I don't even think I'll be able to Fatal Push it. I'm countering it. I can't deal with that nonsense. I need something, but I don't know what here. Honestly, I think the Fatal Pushes are getting taken out. Vraska's is helpful. Why would I do that? I'd be on a 3-turn clock, he's on a 4-turn clock. So I think I would still lose that race. Yeah. I definitely think game 1 is difficult in this matchup, but hopefully game 2 and 3 I'll be able to put more pressure on, especially draw fewer lands early. We really want to see like turns 1 through 5. Well, the turns 1 through 4, I think. Sure, that's honestly fine. Discard another God-Pharaoh's gift. Yeah. We can't reasonably attack here. So yeah, this was eternalized. Yeah. Sure, planning's fine. Yeah, we really want to see like 1 through 4, like guaranteed land drops. After that, we kind of like gas land kind of. Yeah, that one also is fine. Why was it? Why was my clock running down? I had no ability to press forward here. I think I'm gonna Vraska's this. Yeah, I'm Vraska's-ing that. It gains me a life and it's one less thing it can use. Oh my god, Arena. Stop being a punk. Scarab God is incredibly helpful here. Cancel. So I still have Disallow up if they do get the refurbish. This is a second blocker. He could refurbish into refurbish, so I'm not actually going to attack here. Yeah, because of the threat of refurbish into refurbish, I don't think I can attack. But I can start taking away his graveyard, and like Scarab God is the way you win in this matchup. Like if they try to remove Scarab God, I'd even be tempted to save it with Disallow, because next turn I can just eat their graveyard, right? Ugh. MTG Arena. Why? Okay, so he has refurbish. I'll go ahead and counter it. If this is removal for my Scarab God, that's unfortunate. And congrats to my opponent. If he's holding a removal spell for my Scarab God, and he saw that Scarab God is more of a threat than him getting. Oh, fantastic! Absolutely great. Winning game one here is an incredible boon. Get rid of some faff nonsense. Exile them, yes. Okay, so this absolutely has to come in. Tournament of Scarabs I don't think is necessarily good. Bantus, there's an argument to be made. Negates are more ways to get rid of the thing. I think I'll go with this. Honestly, I don't think Fatal Push is necessary in this matchup. Yeah, I just think it's a waste of a card. Like there's the 1-drop Vidalcan guy, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure everything else needs to have real removal. Abrade is good because it gets rid of the things. Doomfall potentially good to discard. Sweltering Suns is not actually great, so I think maybe I just drop Sweltering Suns. I think my plan, right? My plan of attack against this deck is just don't let them do anything, as opposed to let them do things and kill their stuff. So I think Sweltering Suns is what we get rid of here. Let's see, just double check the sideboard. Sure. And we will be going second because we won the first game, which is important. So theoretically, we can still get ran over. But we do have access to Lost Legacy. Now, I want to see, like, 3 lands and a Lost Legacy. 3 lands that produced black and a Lost Legacy. We have Lost Legacy, but only 2 lands. 2 of them produce black. Oh, I'm stupid. Lost Legacy, fun fact, says, not artifact. That's fine. I can still choose refurbish. I'm sure all of you are yelling at me. Oh, Thyrix 6 needs to read the cards. That's fine, because I can still hit refurbish. Do I keep this hand? No, I even though it has legacy in it, well, I definitely can't keep that one. Are you serious? Well, guess I'm keeping this one. Damn, that was unfortunate. A Mold of 5, pretty bad. Pretty bad. See if my opponent plays the 1-mana dude. Plays a search, sure. I'll play this. Next turn I can Doomfall them, or I can hold up Supreme Will. Probably end up Doomfalling. It looks like they probably have a pretty land-heavy hand based on that discard or mill, whatever you want to call the search. Sure. I think I'll end up Doomfalling their hand. Especially if they get rid of God-Pharaoh's Gift. They did. Okay, I essentially... Is that true? Is it better to Doomfall their hand? Because the thing is, if they don't have Refurbish right here, and they technically get 2 looks with Search, and I Doomfall, then I just give them the ability to use it? And also, if they have 2 and I Doomfall, I get rid of 1, Gift comes out. So I think it's actually correct to save for Counterspell. for those of you who are randomly curious, the other topic I wanted to talk about is a recent blog post by Mark Rosewater. He is, I think, lead designer in Magic right now. Someone essentially was talking about having more art with cheesecake and beefcake. I didn't know. I know what beefcake is. It's like hot dudes. Didn't know cheesecake was the female equivalent. Did not know that. That said, someone was asking for it, and he essentially said like they moved away from doing that stuff. It doesn't. I looked at M19. It doesn't seem like they moved too far away, per se. Sorcerer Spyglass. Activated abilities. Well, I don't really have any of those, so I guess he's going to choose Bolas. I'm going to go ahead and Supreme Will end of turn, just because. Might name Scarab God as well. For that reason, I guess I could have countered that. I'm worried. Yeah, I'm now worried that my internet dropped. Maybe not. What do they choose? Scarab God, that's what I figured. I think it's correct to take Vraskas here. I can Syncopate for 2. The most my opponent can have next turn is 5. And Refurbish costs 4, so I think I will play Cinder Barrens tapped. This is still a pretty slow clock, so I'll leave up Syncopate instead of Doomfalling. Sure, that's fine. I assume I'll take 2. Essentially, there has been a decent amount of controversy in the Magic community about some political nature. I'm not going to discuss it here. I might do a secret video where I discuss it, but I'm not sure. Just because I'm not a big fan of conflict. But there's been a lot of arguments in the arena, or not the arena community, in the Magic community as a whole, about and it gets exiled. About social things and whatnot. I used to go to Mark Rosewater's blog, Blog Talk, a lot, but I essentially had to stop. Vraska Supreme Will. If he plays a land, he still can't use Supreme Will. This is still only 8-turn clock, so yeah. And if they don't use it, instead of countering something, I can just Vraska's this. Yeah, that seems fine. How many is in here? Sure. I kind of had to stop going to his blog just because of some of the comments were, in my opinion, too far. I'm not going to say which way. But yeah, I just had to stop going there. But from time to time, it'll come up on the subreddit. And this one came up on the subreddit, and as I expected, I went to the comments, and the comments on his blog were a lot different than the comments on Reddit. I think the comments on Reddit were a little bit more reasonable for both sides. Planning, sure. But essentially, I was worried about his phrasing, and I went to M19 because I assume M19 was included in this design practice, or the art direction practice, and it seems fine. We have a variety of body types, both the kind of average Joe Schmo and Jen Schmen. I don't know. Sure. And then we also have, the athletic builds. Especially freaking Sarkin, dude. He is packing Pecs, man. Sarkhan's looking good. Fun fact, not attracted to Sarkhan. But I do... No! Oh, okay, I scared myself. But man, do I wish I had Sarkhan's pecs. But yeah, I mean, there seems to be still a variety. The way he phrased it made it seem like more of a problem than it was. And, you know, obviously the community is overreacting as it wants to do. So now... If my opponent plays a land, I can't counter refurbish, which means I'm fine doomfalling here. But yeah, I mean that's essentially all I want to say on it. It seems fine. I don't think that they need to go as far as they probably have, but I also don't care. All right, not like all that. It's fine because they would have been able to hardcast that. I would have been able to counter it, but yeah. It doesn't seem to be a problem. So the problem here, though, is they can now search. They can get the search, and I don't have my field ruin. Sure. So I need to get something like Bolas here. So I can, if they don't cast anything I care about, which it doesn't look like they will, I need a Supreme Will for Bolas. I might even Supreme Will for Scarab God. Just because Scarab God is a 4-turn clock, right? Like... Sure. I wonder if he's going to counter my Supreme Will. It's very well possible. I'm not sure if my opponent should counter my Supreme Will. I would not be surprised if they did. I see your negate. It looks like they're going to. That does stop them from using search. Yeah, they countered my Supreme Will. I mean, it got to the point where Supreme Will wasn't going to counter anything, really. Got a Glimmer. Glimmer is nice. Glimmer is helpful. Oh, I thought they wouldn't be able to. I did not realize how much mana they had. I'm actually going to cast Glimmer of Genius in response to Azcanta. I didn't main phase because there wasn't really a 3-drop thing that I wanted to use. So Glimmer. Field of Ruin I definitely want to keep. So I guess if I did... oh no, I played Aether Hub, so yeah, Field of Ruin I want to keep for next turn just so I can get rid of that. Oh, and I have Bolas. I actually might just Bolas next turn. The problem, of course... Sure, Trout, of course. Well, actually, it isn't too much of a problem. They have nothing in their graveyard. Oh, that's not true. They have Angel. Okay, so I do need them to miss a little bit. Because they do still have Angel. Is it only Angel? Oh, it looks like it. Well, my opponent is casting something. Refurbished? Yep. Okay, so they are going to get Angel. That is unfortunate. And hilariously, I would have been able to counter it, but my opponent would have been able to get it back. So probably 6/6. No, went for that. That I think is the correct decision, honestly. A lot of people just go for the 6/6, but I don't even know if Bolas will help me out here. I can -4, kill that. He goes to 3. I mean, there's currently nothing else in his graveyard, so I guess I'll try it. Might get countered. Sure. Let's go to game 3. So game 3 I will be on the play. Very good for me. Okay, does that change anything? Does the fact that Lost Legacy not hit artifacts, does that change anything? I mean, I can still take Refurbish. Maybe I don't want Dark Intimations. Maybe I'll throw in a single Scarab. Sure, let's go with that. Let us go with that going into game 3. I'm going first with a pretty bad hand. No counters. First interaction is Vraska's. That's not what I wanted to see. I'm pretty sure if I did mulligan, I would just be incorrect there. See if my opponent does the same. They do not. This is a much better hand. It's still relatively slow. But honestly, I think it's going to be like Boneyard into Field of Ruin Aether Hub, just so I can have Syncopate up. Gearhulk. Oh man, Gearhulk is a really close. No, I think I'll drop Gearhulk to the bottom. Gearhulk is a card that I will definitely want to see, but it's not something I want to see at this juncture. I would rather draw some other card, like Torment. What are they going to play on to that I would care about? I'm pretty sure Vidalcan Man is a 1-drop. And it's a blue 1-drop. So they would need to have an untapped blue source. Which, I mean, they might, but I don't think I care about blue drop man. Maybe Sorcerer Spyglass? I think I'm gonna be fine with it. I guess they could have Ascanted. Yeah, maybe I should have just left Syncopate up. Because they can Ascante here. Charter Course, that's totally fine. So yeah, next turn I will have Supreme Will up, and then the following turn I will probably just Torment them? That's not an artifact, right? No. So yeah, here I can have Supreme Will up. If they don't do anything I want to counter, I might use the Supreme Will, but I'm not sure. So I kind of hope they have something that I want to counter. Champion, that's going to get Syncopated. The reason Syncopate is good to use here is because 1, Supreme Will has another mode, and 2, Champion of Wisp will get exiled. So there are several problems with playing Torment of Scarabs here. The biggest problem... I mean, like, the discard, they could have discarded... They discarded this instead of God-Pharaoh. So the biggest problem is, upkeep, they discard a... They discard, God-Pharaoh's Gift, and then immediately refurbish. And I'm pretty sure that, like, that's just, like, a losing path for me. Last turn, they were playing... So they went Charter Course on 2. They put that in. They drew a card on 3. Played Champion. So they only have 1 card that they would have drawn to put in with Charter Course that if they didn't. So they only have 1 card that could have been God-Pharaoh's Gift. If I'm being correct. Because on 2 they Charted Course, they drew cards, and they didn't put in God-Pharaoh's Gift. If I see God-Pharaoh's Gift here, the sadness will be real. Torment of Scarabs is absolutely dangerous against a deck that cares about things in the graveyard. But if we can dodge this 1 turn, hopefully we can go forward and just counter their stuff. Problem with that, of course, is that... okay, fantastic. They lost 3 life. It does mean that they want everything in their hands, which is unfortunate. Four mana. What do you have on 4? Very interesting choices in lands, I've got to say. They had nothing on 4. And I have a Scarab God. Scarab God is very good. I don't want to put my shields down though. So they've drawn a second card. But like if they didn't discard last turn, right, we can eliminate that card. So they've drawn 1 card since we've played Torment of Scarabs. My bet, though, is that it's Cast Out that they have. And I would rather have Scarab God stick around. I think I just end turn. I shouldn't press the end turn button, though. Let's try the shift enter thing. Because I'm supposed to get priority. So I press shift enter. So if my opponent tries to cast something, I should get priority. That's not a cast, so that's fine. Okay, so they cycled that. So I think what I want them to do here is discard God-Pharaoh's Gift, cast Refurbish, I counter it, on my turn I play Scarab God. The reason being... Okay, that's fine. The reason being is just they would have needed to have drawn like a bunch of refurbishes, which is not terribly likely since we've only been 15 cards in. Charter Course is fine. Will I Supreme Will end of turn? Probably not. I'd like to keep some level of interaction, even if I do end up Scarab Godding next turn. Got rid of a land. So I mean they obviously have lands in their hand. Because they cycled 1 and got rid of 1. Okay. That's lovely art. Strategic planning? Sure. It's possible if I planned on... It's possible that if I planned on Scarab Godding, that I should have just countered one of those, but... I'm not going to use Supreme Will. I'm going to keep it up. I mean, it could be super wrong to not just cast Scarab God. But I am what I like to call a chicken. Okay, they lost another 3. That's good. They still don't have access to a God-Pharaoh's Gift. They have 6 mana. Planning, sure. So if I top deck Lost Legacy, that'll actually be great. He put a refurbish in the... What? So he has another... He has to have another refurbish, right? What? When did that get in there? Interesting. If my opponent isn't going for the combo kill, I'm very confused. So Duress here is actually fantastic, because I can see exactly what he's working with. Or he counters it, and I don't care. Yeah, he counters it, sure. Do I Supreme Will that? My opponent could be on 7 next turn, in which case Supreme Will wouldn't actually work with Refurbish. That said, he doesn't actually have a God-Pharaoh's Gift in the graveyard yet. This one's a bit touchy. I would get to see what he's working with, though. No, I'm gonna let it resolve. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I don't think seeing what my opponent has is worth putting my shields down, even though they don't have a God-Pharaoh's Gift now. This deck is very difficult to maneuver around, and I need to maneuver very carefully. My opponent put a refurbish in there. That is so strange. I assume my opponent's just looking for a God-Pharaoh's Gift, but like they've dropped 2 of the Invention Angels and a refurbish. They kept a negate instead, and they're already down to 11, right? Like they've taken nearly 50% damage from my Torment of Scarabs, and they're not doing anything. They haven't applied any pressure to me. They can't refurbish for anything, right? Because they don't have... Yeah. At this point, I am going to activate or use Supreme Will, just because they're at the point where Supreme Will no longer helps. Opponent might counter it. They did not. So I have Lost Legacy. I also have Bolas. I don't know. I legit don't. I don't know what my opponent is going for the win. I think I'm gonna be... I think I'm gonna play it safe and take Disallow. I don't know if that's correct. This definitely could be a turning point. A Braid is very helpful. If I can get one more land, then I'm fine playing Scarab God because I'll have a Braid up. But for right now, I'm fine. I'm fine just ending the turn. Right? Torment of Scarabs is doing its job. My opponent has 0 pressure. I'm still at 20. I don't understand their discards here. Psycho something, I assume? You're gonna Ip-New? Targeting yourself? Sure, that's totally fine. They lost a Search and a Plains. I wonder if he's gonna do it again. Wait, what? Oh, it's top 4. So he lost another Refurbish as well. So dude's down 2 Refurbishes. I assume maybe there's 1 in his hand. But, like, he's so low. He's at 8. He's dead in 3 more life losses of Torment of Scarabs, so... Curses, I wish I was running Lightning Strike. He would feel comfortable going down to 2 and then I kill him. No, I mean, I don't see a great path to victory for my opponent here, which is obviously very good for me. Yeah, my turn. That's totally fine. Supreme Will to draw some cards. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I'm just gonna end the turn. I mean, as good as Scarab God is, right? Like, putting down my shields could have lost me the game at any one of those points. I won't be able to know, obviously, because my opponent would fundamentally behave differently. Looks like they might Ip-New themselves again. But I mean, they're down 2 Refurbishes. They have no God-Pharaoh's Gift in the graveyard. If they hardcast God-Pharaohs, I have Disallow and Supreme Will. So, and a Braid, right? So I'd actually probably, like, let one of them resolve and then just abrade it. Honestly. So they got 2 God-Pharaoh's Gifts in and an Angel of Sanctions. Target non-land permanent. So I don't actually care about Angel of Sanctions. Let's see what they do here. Sure, drop another one of those. Instead of just casting it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they don't have enough mana to double refurbish, and even if they did, they'd be out of refurbishes. Yeah. So I mean, it looks like a refurbish here. Sure. So I need to double check with God-Pharaoh's Gift at the beginning of combat on your turn. So I should have an option to abrade that. So I'm actually going to let this resolve. So I should have a choice before we go to combat. Okay. So I actually need this. And I'm going to go ahead and destroy an artifact. So they might counter this, and then I'll counter. Probably with Supreme Will, honestly. That's fine. I will cast Supreme Will. And the reason I'm using this is because I don't think I need to draw any more cards. And I want to make sure Supreme Will is being actively useful in stopping my opponent's game plan. Opponent has 2 cards in hand, 8 life, and Angel of Sanctions, which I don't actually care too much about. Okay, got another one of these. I have... If I had 1 more mana, I'd play a Scarab God. But I wanna leave Disallow up. Even if they just like cast a creature, I can Vraska's it, right? Like I'm in a good spot. If they just cast a creature, then I'm just gonna Vraska's it, right? My opponent has 3 refurbishes in the graveyard. Yeah, so they have 1 refurbish left, down to 5, right? I'm still at 20. I didn't want to click that. Their library is getting low too. If I don't win before like they mill out, that would be a bad look for me. Yeah, I mean they used a negate on my Abrade, which is kind of what I wanted. Now they're less likely to use a negate or to have a counterspell if they do have another refurbish. And even if they have another refurbish, I can just Vraska's whatever they have. So okay, they have refurbish. So I'm going to disallow. I would like to use this. That's incorrect. I'd like to use this. I'd like to use this. Okay, so I'm going to disallow that. Even if they counter this, I can just Vraska's whatever they get with God-Pharaoh's Gift. But it got countered. All of their refurbishes have been used. I have Glimmer of Genius. So all of their refurbishes have been used. They have 1 card in hand. So they're either going to 2, or they're getting rid of this card. I am going to cast Glimmer of Genius and look for a counterspell. As awesome as Scarab God is, he just doesn't beat not allowing your opponent to play. I don't want either of these. Cool, I got a counterspell. An argument could have been made to keep Torrential Gearhulk for the following turn. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. But I have a counterspell. That can't be countered. I didn't expect that. Did not expect that at all. That said, whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, draw a card. I can just play a creature spell. I wouldn't have enough up for Disallow. I could... Oh, wait, I can just win with... What? I'm sure all of you are yelling at me. I forgot Bolas can just dome someone. Yeah, sure, draw a card. I don't care. You're gonna get domed by Bolas. If I had lost and not seen this, I would have accepted the rallying of just utter vitriol that would come my way. We are victorious. Ooh, man. Cool, cool. 2 more games. Or 1 more, I have no idea. We might lose. Shout out to this one being pretty long. But that's fine. I'm recording this in the morning, so it's going to come up a little bit later. I was busy last night. Friggin... Hilariously, I was busy playing other Magic. Alright, let's see. Going up against DJ Ezra, I feel like I've played against this person before. Okay, I'm going second. I'm going second with an okay hand. You Evolving Wild for another blue source. Sure. I might actually Cinder Barrens first. Just because the small percentage of me drawing another basic is good, so. Let's see what my opponent is on. Interesting. Opponent is on aggro. I'll go play Cinder Barrens. I didn't expect aggro, honestly. I feel like there wasn't a ton of aggro in the BO3. Play Soul Scar Mage, sure. And this is the low to the ground one, it looks like. Doomfall, sure. Go and get an island. I mean, I might just be a little slow this game, but no reason to concede just yet. Just like that last game, I very well could end up winning game 1, and that could be integral to my overall match success. So, next turn I will have Supreme Will to counter their 4-drop. Here I'll probably get Chain Rollered, is my guess. And it doesn't have haste, so it makes sense that they could play it second. Soul Scar Mage plus Chain Roller is stupid. That interaction. Yep, Chain Roller. And I'll go to 15. Yeah, I mean, I'm in a pretty rough spot. I'm taking... I think, honestly, it might be Bomat Courier. That's the quote-unquote problem. Because, like, my opponent can just sack this to draw cards. And it's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty bad for me. I'll probably end up losing this game. Like, my opponent could play a 1-drop and a 2-drop here, and then sack Bomat and have a hand full of 4. Like, that seems madness. First strike, Dabblade. Normal damage. Normal damage. Oh, they're doing that for that. Cross Trigger resolves. 2, 3, so it'd be 6, I'd be down to 6. That seems pretty bad. Am I gonna get shocked? Like, shock into using Bomat Courier is stupid. Okay, well, I think it's shocked. Well, I was gonna say that's a timely Sweltering Suns, but don't have the mana for it. Am I dead? Can sack this. 3, 4, 5. I guess not technically. The problem is I can't really even Doomfall. I kind of want them to try and activate Bomat at end of turn. I'll absolutely disallow that. Right, that's a draw 4. Damn, they didn't. See, I'm pretty toast here. I needed the double blue. I couldn't have predicted that I was going to get an island there, but I kind of needed that Sweltering Suns. This might be where I lose. I don't know why they didn't cast that first. And dude can just draw 5 cards. It's ridiculous. I mean, I can Sweltering Suns. Which I literally have to do. And then my opponent draws 5 cards. Man, that card's stupid. So essentially I have to hope that my opponent draws stone nothing. And my opponent has more cards in hand than I do. Remember, when you're playing best of 3 and your opponent has lethal damage on board, do not concede because you will die. So I'm just gonna let them kill me because I don't want any bugs to happen. If I conceded, it would have possibly counted as a 2 loss. But this might be where I lose. Definitely going to bring those in. Definitely bringing that in. I don't think I need Bantus. Probably going to bring in the Glint Sleeves. This is a pretty easy. Get rid of that. I don't think Bolas is worth it in this matchup, frankly. I'm going first, which is helpful. Vraska's is helpful. I could possibly drop a single Torrential Gearhulk. Doomfall is not actually great against this deck, so I think I'm actually going to get rid of Doomfalls and try it like this. Lowered my curve a bit. Have another board wipe. Sure, seems fine. I mean, essentially I want Fatal Push into Gifted Aetherborn into, like, Counterspell. But I'm going first here, so even if I win, my opponent will go first afterwards, which just means that it's going to be difficult to do. I have Sweltering Suns, and I have the ability to play it on curve, so I will keep this hand. Because I have Aether Hub. It's possible that this hand isn't actually the best. Just because I have no interaction before then. Opponent did mulligan, which is very good for me. Red having fewer cards means less gas. Unless, of course, they play turn 1 Bowman Courier. Okay. Cool. So the pressure is not very high right now, which is good. I have a Fatal Push. That is better. So if, for whatever reason, I need to, I can Fatal Push something. And then hold up my Sweltering Suns. Sure. Who am I gonna Sweltering Suns on this turn? Like on this coming up turn. I don't think so. So I think I am gonna Fatal Push this. Yeah. The idea is I think I want to get more value off that. So I'm fine using Evolving Wilds here. I have double blue already. I don't have double black. I was thinking about getting another red source, but I think using Aether Hub as a 1-of for that is fine. I think it's actually correct to get a Swamp here. Although I do have a lot more black sources. No, I think it's correct to do it like this. So if my opponent plays something like a an Oncrop or a Chain Whirler, sure. So I'll probably end up Sweltering here. So an Aether Hub Swelter. Sure. Yeah, so I Aether Hub Swelter. Then I Scarab God to block. Then I can Torrential Fatal Push. That seems fine. It was a 2-for-1. It was 4 damage. It was a single card that got rid of 4 damage, so that's pretty helpful. Chandra is annoying.
You want to go, tough guy?
But I can just Scarab God next turn.
Easy.
So I'll get Dome for 2. What got lost? Chain Whirler, sure. So yeah, here I will just Scarab God. Chandra can't really do anything about it by herself. I mean, I could even take Oncrop Crasher, right? Instead of Gearhulk, I can activate Scarab God, get Oncrop Crasher, Or I guess Earthshaker, it makes more sense. Rekindling, sure. Yeah, I think Earthshaker makes more sense. Also, why didn't you plus first? That's strange. So that is going to be a little difficult to deal with. Unless I get a Contempt. Sure, I'll draw first. Still see what I get. Sure. Glint Sleeve. 2, 4, 6 means I get to actually play this card as well. Cool, cool. I am going to be a little reckless in that I am going to be attacking with 2 creatures here. But I should be able to target this. Okay, so she needs to die. I have Glint Sleeve to potentially block. After that, maybe I can get some Vraskas, get some life gain here. Opponents could have theoretically played land into Hazoret, which would have been bad. I'm on a 3-turn clock. Technically 2. We have to assume my opponent has at least a single lightning thing. Sure, whatever. Lightning Strike. So they go down a little. I don't need this. I really want a Vraska's Contempt. It's not a Vraska's Contempt. I do have Torrential Gearhulk, so I should be able to block essentially anything here. Only have Fatal Push in the grave. I think I'm going to just all-out attack. That's what, 9, 10, 11? Puts my opponent pretty low. The problem is I am just dead to Lightning Strike. I think, yeah, no, I think I'm if it's 7, I put him on 12. 12 is still probably enough to do lethal. Just leave this up to hopefully dodge other things, but I am pretty worried about not having life gain right now. So I should still be able to kill my opponent next turn, but it's probably just a Lightning Strike here. Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's a loss. Because this would be, what, all of my mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Even if I played Field of Ruin, it wouldn't have helped. Damn. Ah, damn. Needed a way to get rid of that Rekindling Phoenix, and we just didn't have it. Unfortunate. It's possible I fired off my removal spells a little too early. I could have been a little bit more held back with them, but still. We competitive constructed, I think, is 1 grand. Yeah, so we made 500 gold, and we'll get at least 2 rares and 1 uncommon. So seems good to me. All right. Don't care. I'm not making this deck. Don't really care, but still. We made 500. That's totally good. And we will open a vault. Cool. Got some wild cards. And we will open another pack. I will probably do a bonus draft video at some point. I don't want all of my videos to be super long. I mean, to be fair, I asked that question a little while ago. So if the mood has changed, if you guys want me to do just a ton of longer form videos, let me know. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna do back and forth about 25 minutes, and you know, these stupid videos that take forever. Yeah, hope you guys liked the video. Let me know any of your thoughts and whatever. Excuse me. Go ahead and tap that like button. Add a subscription to your mana pool and cast a comment in the comment sections down below. And until next time, all will be one.